April 1994. In a quiet house in Seattle, Washington, a body is discovered in a small room above the garage. The man lying there was only 27 years old, beside him a shotgun and a handwritten note. His name was Kurt Cobain. Officially, the case was closed very quickly. Police ruled it as a suicide, but almost immediately, questions began to spread. Some fans believed the note didn't read like a suicide letter, and others pointed to circumstances surrounding his final days. And over the years, theories about what really happened inside that Seattle home has continued to circulate. Was it a tragic end of a struggling artist, or was there more to the story than the official investigation revealed? Tonight we explore the life, the final days, and the controversy surrounding the death of Kurt Cobain. This is Say It Anyway. Kurt Cobain was born on 20th of February 1967 in Aberdeen. It was a small logging town not far from Seattle. As a child, Kurt loved music and art, but his early life was difficult. When he was only 9 years old, his parents divorced, and friends later said that event deeply affected him. He became withdrawn, angry, and increasingly isolated, but music soon became his escape. By the mid-1980s, Kurt Cobain had formed the band that would change rock music forever. The band was called Nirvana. In 1991, Nirvana released the album Nevermind. The album exploded onto the charts. The song, Smells Like Teenage Spirit, became an anthem for the generation. Almost overnight, Kurt Cobain went from being an underground musician to one of the most famous rock stars in the world. But fame was something he never truly wanted. Kurt Cobain often spoke of feeling uncomfortable in the spotlight. He struggled with anxiety, stomach pain, and addiction. Despite the success, the pressure of fame began to weigh heavily on him. In 1992, Kurt married musician Courtney Love, and the couple quickly became one of the most talked about pairs in music. Later that year, they welcomed their daughter, Frances. But Kurt struggled with heroin addiction. His health deteriorated, and the pressure of fame never seemed to ease. By early 1994, Kurt Cobain's mental health had become a serious concern among his friends and family. In March 1994, Kurt Cobain suffered a drug overdose while staying in Rome. Although initially described as an accident, some later suggest it may have been a suicide attempt. After returning to Seattle, his friends and family organised an intervention, and they hoped to convince him to enter rehab. He eventually agreed. He checked into a treatment facility in California, but within days he left and disappeared. For several days, nobody knew where he was. On April 8, 1994, an electrician arrived at Kurt Cobain's Seattle home to install a security light. While looking round the property, he noticed a body lying on the floor inside a room above the garage. It was Kurt's body. He'd been there and dead for several days. Police later determined he died on April 5th. Beside him was a shotgun and a handwritten note. The investigation concluded that Kurt Cobain had taken his own life. He was only 27 years old. The note found at the scene was addressed to Kurt Cobain's childhood imaginary friend. Much of the letter appeared to discuss his growing disconnection from music and fame. However, some readers later argued that the final lines of the letter seemed different in tone. Those lines appeared to say goodbye to his family. Supporters of the conspiracy theories have pointed to this as evidence the note may not have been written entirely at the same time. But investigators have continuously stated they could not find any evidence of foul play. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged surrounding his death. Some people have questioned the amount of drugs reportedly found in his system. Others have speculated about the potential motives involving people close to him. Books, documentaries, and private investigators have all explored alternative explanations. However, every official review of the case has reached the same conclusion. There is no credible evidence that Kurt Cobain was murdered. The Seattle Police Department continues to classify the case as a suicide. Kurt Cobain helped define the entire era of music. His voice, his songwriting, and his raw honesty resonated with millions of fans around the world. But the same intensity that fueled his music also reflects the struggle he faced in his personal life. Like many artists before him, Kurt Cobain became part of a tragic pattern. A brilliant talented lost too soon. He died at 27, joining the group often referred to as the 27 Club. Yet even today, the debate surrounding his death continues, because sometimes the story behind the fame is more complicated than they first appear. This has been Say It Anyway, and tonight we explored the death of Kurt Cobain. Next time, another celebrity, another mystery, and another story where fame and death collide. Until then, good night.